Leclerc for the race lead, and there's going to be 3 laps to go in the British Grand Prix here on BBC Radio Northampton as Lewis Hamilton tries to get ahead of Charles Leclerc to win in front of the British crowd. There's 3 laps to go. The crowd are cheering, the crowd are on their feet, and Hamilton has a shot, but he's not going to get many chances, I don't think, Jolyon Palmer.
This is the shot right now, though, on the brakes into Village. Leclerc's too far back to get the DRS from Giovinazzi, but Hamilton is swarming the back of him into the loop, out of the left-hander. What traction have they got? Hamilton accelerates 7/10 behind. Now he gets the DRS. Is he close enough?
Looks a little too far away, coming down into Brooklands this time. Gets onto the brakes, into the left-hander. Differing line to Charles Leclerc. Leclerc much tighter through Brooklands and Luffield. And now the pressure is building on Leclerc. You can hear how close they are. Hamilton is coming to Copse Corner, where he collided with Verstappen. And is he going to go for it again on Leclerc? To the inside, and Hamilton doesn't get into front. Oh yes, he does. Big twitch from Leclerc, and Lewis Hamilton takes the lead of the British Grand Prix with 2.5 laps to go. Hamilton hits the front, collided with Verstappen at Copse on the opening lap, but redemption at the same corner with 2 to go. Hamilton leads, Leclerc second, Bottas third, and he forced Leclerc into that mistake. Takes the lead of the Grand Prix and surely looks set to win for an 8th time in front of his adoring British fans.
All about Copse Corner today. It was a really similar situation. Hamilton on the inside, and once again he put a nose in, but he was more cautious this time. He didn't risk the crash with Leclerc, which he did with Verstappen earlier on when he sent it. This time he had the nose in, but stayed more to the apex. Leclerc had the line, stayed on the outside, but then opened up the steering, didn't get hit like Verstappen did, and Hamilton is through into the lead of the race. Leclerc just opened it up. They were really close to tangling again, though.
Jenny, the roof is going to come off this place.
You'd think that England had just scored the winning goal of the Euros. They didn't, but can Hamilton bring it home? He loves this place. He loves the crowd love him. Tom Cruise in the Mercedes garage cheering him on as well. If the will of the crowd is anything, Hamilton will come home and take all the points.
Easy on the curbs, easy on the curbs. I got it. Just keep it easy on the curbs, easy on the curbs. I got it. Yeah, copy Lewis, just look after it.
Yeah, near me too, man.
Coming down towards Stowe. Leclerc's got no answer. Leclerc's dropping back. Round the outside goes Pierre Gasly, getting past George Russell and up into 11th position. But Hamilton is going to come through the final few corners to start the final lap of the British Grand Prix. He's won some iconic races here in the past. 2008 in appalling wet weather conditions. He took an absolutely dominant victory and beat the rest of the field by a minute. So many others come to mind. He won on 3 wheels last year. But this maybe is going to top the lot. He went on 3 wheels in front of an empty ex-airfield in Northamptonshire. But now there are 140,000 fans following his every turn, following his every corner, and following him home, surely to win again and to really reignite the championship fight with him and Max Verstappen. And maybe quite literally after their collision on the opening lap.
Sergio Perez has pitted again to take fastest lap. That is Red Bull just saying, we're going to stop Hamilton taking that fastest lap point again. He's down in 16th, Perez. He won't get the point for it, but it's just simply going to deny Hamilton that point. But this is a huge turning point in the championship, just as Verstappen and Red Bull were getting away. You can hear the roar of the crowd. What an eventful afternoon it's been. And now Hamilton's just a few corners away from a huge victory.
A quarter of a lap to go. He's up behind George Russell, of all people, in the Williams. Russell moves out of his way. Hamilton sweeps through Stowe Corner. The grandstands are all on their feet. 140,000 British fans watch Lewis Hamilton turn through Club Corner. Hamilton through the final turn and wins one of the most eventful Grand Prix in history. Hamilton with an iconic victory in Silverstone, collided with Max Verstappen at the first corner, given a penalty, fights back through the field and wins at Silverstone for an 8th time in one of his greatest ever races. overtaking Charles Leclerc with just a few laps to go. He's loosened his seatbelts, he's punching the air. An absolutely phenomenal race. I say one of the greatest drives of his career. Of course, he got a 10-second penalty for crashing out his title rival. There's no doubt there's controversy around it. But that recovery drive to take the win with 2 laps to go, really something.
That was Hamilton at his best on a charge. You have to say, quite frankly, he's fortunate he didn't end up in a heap with that first lap crash as well. He's fortunate to have escaped in the crash that pitched Verstappen hard into the wall. That could have easily been both of them out in a Senna and Prost Suzuka scenario from 1990. But this time Hamilton was unscathed and he made the most of it. It's a huge turning point and heartbreak for Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. Great drive from him. First podium of the season, but just a couple of laps away.
Yes! Get in there, Lewis, man. What an amazing drive, an amazing day. Hats off to you there, mate. That was just epic, absolutely. Just first class.
Lewis, it's James. Well done, mate.
Fantastic drive.
What a great job, guys. This goes to everyone back at the team and the factories. Thank you so much for continuing to push this year. I'm so inspired by you guys. There's a long way to go, but let's keep pushing, guys. I believe in you.
Yes! Get in there, Lewis, man. What an amazing drive, an amazing day. Hats off to you there, mate. That was just epic, absolutely. Just first class.
Lewis, it's James. Well done, mate.
Fantastic drive, earned that.
What a great job, guys. This goes to everyone back at the team and the factories. Thank you so much for continuing to push this year. I'm so inspired by you guys. There's a long way to go, but let's keep pushing, guys. I believe in you. Thank you.
Well done, mate. We believe in you too. Yeah, we can do this.
Damn right, Toto, damn right. I want to say a big thank you to all the fans here.